Welcome to part 32 of Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends, and we only have 3 more battles left before we are done with the rest of the game. And we get to play my favorite one, the Battle of New Hefei Castle. Not Hefei Castle. I just want to try to get some confusion out of the way. The very first Hefei Castle, which also is one of my favorites, is where Zhang Liao took on the entirety of the Wu army with just 800 troops. This one is the second attempt at Hefei Castle. Actually, there was 3 attempts, but this one's the second one. The second one was led by Sun Quan, and that too ended in failure. Although this time, Zhang Liao was not involved in this battle, because he passed away by the time it happened. Anyway, the Battle of New Hefei has Cao Pi fending off against the onslaught of Wu attacks. So, this is going to be a tough battle nonetheless, especially since Taishi Ci is in the battle, as is Zhou and Lu Jun. The latter of which has the ability to go hyper mode. Well, no, I think it's Sun Quan that has the ability to go hyper mode. Yeah, that's the one you need to watch out for. But Lu Jun is definitely tougher in his own right. Those twin swords are no joke. So, you're practically fighting an all-out war. And you're going to be beating up a lot of people. Which is good, because the requirement for getting Zhen Ji's ultimate weapon, I mean, too bad I'm not playing this on hard, and unfortunately I'm not going to, because all of the damage that I'm going to be doing here will be amplified by the time I get finished with the stage. And do you want to know why? This stage actually gives you between +4 and +8, and even a +20 in health. Yes! Yes! A double dim sum. This is the only stage, this is one of 3 stages that have it actually. And ironically, they're last stages. But, why am I not doing this on hard? Because I probably would have died by now. As you probably would have guessed, Zhen Ji is not completely maxed out. I mean, if she was at level 1, maybe I would stand a chance, or at least max level, she would stand a chance. I would probably have to grind here on novice, or easy, or even normal, just to come back and do this on hard or chaos. And I'm going to tell you why. Again, it requires you to take down 300 guards. Now, that's not hard. The hard part is surviving all the way till you get to the weapon. That's the hard part. The weapon is literally located near Zhou Tai. And that is where the problem comes in. Also, among the things we gotta do, aside from getting 300 kills, we gotta meet up with Cao Pi to trigger a cutscene. And that's where the weapon will show up by Zhou Tai. And while that would be a good thing to actually try and shoot for, bear in mind, hard has a tendency to screw over unsuspecting people who do not have well leveled up characters. And let's be honest, I'm going to try to level up as many characters as I can for the last 2 stages. Quite frankly, because of 2 things. One, the last 2 stages are without a doubt the toughest in the game. Let me just put it to you like this. Xing Size is one of the dumbest weapon gets in one of the last 2 stages. In fact, it's practically the next stage we're going to be playing in the next part. It's one of the dumbest requirements in the entirety of the game. I shit you not. And we'll cross that bridge when we get there, goddammit. But
run out.
And as you can see, I just got myself a plus 20 in health. Anyway, it's going to be hard because as you can see, we're not even at level 5, and all the officers are stockpiling and getting some hits. Despite my defenses, look how much health I have left. And Taishi Ci would have killed me if this was on hard. So yeah, this is a pretty tough challenge to say the least. Although I like this because you're actually activating the castle's defenses and using them to hold off the enemy. And by the way, this is one of my favorite stages in Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires. In fact, I pretty much captured this area in Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the end, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and this ram, you might want to do something about this ram, because the moment that the Wei forces, not Wei forces, I mean the Wu forces come in and they break through the door, all those castle defenses that you're using, well, guess what? They'll end up switching control to Wei, from Wei to Wu, and they'll end up attacking your own people. And that's the one thing you don't want. So yeah, that's why I'm destroying those rams. And once the rams are all destroyed, or at least Lu Xun's out of the way, we won't have to worry about that. And then we got more problems. Reinforcements. The Wu Navy came in. Don't worry, Gan Ning is not aboard that ship. Gan Ning is definitely not aboard the ship. If he was, then we probably would be in trouble. Oh boy. So on that note, I need to get about at least
Not be so careless.
800 kills? No, 85 more kills before I could actually trigger the cutscene. So sadly, I'm going to have to beat up some more officers. And more importantly, I'm going to have to gain enough so that I could make sure that the cutscene is triggered. Because I'm actually showing off how to trigger the cutscene. And that's all there is to it. And I don't know if there's any Zhen Ji fans out there, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some a little bit miffed that I'm not playing Zhen Ji correctly. It's been a while since I played this, since I've actually played Zhen Ji. I should have practiced a little bit more, and I tried to. I mean, Zhen Ji is powerful in her own right. The problem, she's... how should I put it? She has a couple of combos with slow starts. And the moment those slow starts happen, they're pretty much going to be... oh wait, hold on, I don't have enough. I gotta go back, I gotta get 26 more. God damn it, go back! Anyway, as I was saying, the combos have slow starts, and whenever Zhen Ji tries to prepare a combo or prepare an attack, it gets slow, and more importantly, you have to resort to using her other attacks, like the string that I'm constantly using. And it's probably one of her best strings, aside from the giant super kick, of course. Hey, stop that! I'm the one that should be smacking you, not the other way around.
Yet another officer bows
Attack
before
plus
me.
4. Well, needless to say, by the time we're done with New Hefei, we are going to be almost nearly complete. And that's without any of the books that we could put in the options. So on that note, I'm going to try to layeth the smacketh down on anyone else that happens to be in the way. Oh, but I'm going to have to go after Sun Shao. Because, see, here's the thing. Sun Shao is right near Cao Pi, and I can't have that. Cao Pi is probably more than likely going to be trying to kill the no, Sun Shao's going to try to kill Cao Pi, and if Cao Pi does not have enough morale, he's going to go down really quickly. That's the one thing I'm actually liking about normal. At least Cao Pi still survives. Sometimes he may end up killing the officer that's trying to attack him. Other times, he's probably not going to be able to do that, and he'll end up being completely killed. If you don't save him, that is. Or it may come to the point that even peasants can actually take him down. Hold on, give me a second. Let's get whatever's in here. And let's try to make this a little bit more than overkill. So I gotta go and help out Cao Pi and get there as quickly as humanly possible. So that will complete the objective. I'm pretty sure he'll also try to unlock the mountain path somewhere along the line, and when he does, that's when the tide will turn. The only reason why this music is happening is because of the fact we haven't gotten to that part yet. And that's where everybody's all of a sudden trying to mobilize and trying to break in. They have another ram somewhere in the vicinity. I'm going to have to deal with that too. And Sima Yi just defeated somebody. That's not good, because that guy there actually had another book for later on after the game is over with.
If we take this path, we'll come right up behind Wu, won't we?
They're trying to lure us by feigning a hole in their formation.
What does it matter? I'm thirsty for blood, and I'll take it where I can find it.
Such a frightful woman.
And sometimes Zhen Ji fluctuates from being seductive to being outright sadistic. It all depends on the game. And also her outfits too.
You really play beautifully, Zhen Ji.
Only when I'm by your side.
Your charms are as deadly as any blade.
Well, now that we've met up with Cao Pi, now we're gonna have to make sure that he is thoroughly protected. But first, we need to deal with this guy.
So it is a trap, but still no match for us.
And ironically enough, we had the enemy ambush units show up. This is why I didn't go after Lu Xun. Otherwise, that enemy ambush would not show up, and it would still be advantage towards Wu.
Finish them off.
So all we have to do is basically get rid of... Well, we don't have to do that, actually. All we have to do is just wait a while, and then the blockade that was pretty much keeping us from going any further in that area has been removed. So now all we have to do is just simply go after Wu. And more importantly, I need to go on and help
Battle does not end with one victory. You must aim higher.
Cao Pi, because he is, after all, the commander. So let's take care of that ambush unit. And then we could deal with everyone else. Well, almost everyone else. Just one person I ended up forgetting. By the way, it's once again Zhou Ran. It's bad enough he's normally causing fire attacks. Now, Zhou Ran is the ambush unit that would try to come after Cao Pi. The fact that Cao Pi literally walked in rocked out on his own is just simply amazing. More importantly, the fact of him being a bloodthirsty, cold-hearted person in this game, as opposed to later renditions of Cao Pi, especially Dynasty Warriors 9, where he actually meddles the hell out. Needless to say, Cao Pi is a complex character. But, to be fair, he actually did have the balls to try to go to Lu Xun's ambush, knowing it's an ambush, and then walking away unscathed. If you have the high morale for it. And by the way, that was Lu Xun. I just went there and killed him really quickly. It's kind of ironic that I just went there and wasted Lu Xun with a Musou Rage. That means we're strong enough to actually finish the rest of this board. I'm trying to make sure I get rid of all the ambush troops, and more importantly, make sure that Cao Pi is not accosted by soldiers. But there are 2 people left that I need to get. And once I deal with them, then things will be a little bit better. Well, one of them anyway, because I'll end up forgetting to get the other one. And more importantly, Cao Pi will be moving so fast, he'll be trying to go straight to Sun Quan, which can and will be a little bit harmful. Because if he goes too close, he'll end up being ganged upon by Zhou Tai, and also getting ganged up by the Zhuge family, which is Zhuge Luo and Zhuge Jin. Ironically enough, Zhuge Ke was supposed to be the Zhuge that was the more infamous one that happens to be the regent, but unfortunately he's not in this game. And in his place, Zhuge Luo, who actually wasn't that bad of a person. No, his son was evil, but not him. He wanted nothing but peace. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure you all know where that reference came from. Last thing King Cold said before he got annihilated. Anyway, let's go deal with that stupid ram first. Oh, and we got Wei reinforcements. Oh, that's what's up. And now all of Wei is going to counterattack. So, with that said, we just had to try to push things back and wait a while before the counterattack begins. And that's actually a good thing, because the lower your morale, the more this battle would be a lot harder. And also, the more that Sun Quan will be highly inspired, would have his hyper mode, so that's the last thing you need. Oh, that also reminds me, what I'm doing with Zhen Ji is not her regular Musou, but her true Musou, because she has the Musou band, which will allow her to use true Musou every chance she gets. I should have actually explained what was going on, but I didn't think about it at the time. And I'm pretty sure there's one more person left. Oh wait, no, there's actually the ram first. Let's go deal with that before that becomes a problem. And I'm trying to decide where to go. Either the ram or the person that's in the castle. Because there is one more person left. So I'm just going to go after the ram instead.
I'm always one step ahead of them.
Okay, why is he talking about being one step ahead? You just got finished saying you were outsmarted. Okay, whatever, game. So, anything else that I need to add? Oh, right! I know I forgot something very important. When it comes down to the final parts of this stage, you might want to be careful. Because again, Sun Quan does try to raise morale, and he also has hyper mode if you have low morale. Boosting morale, again, is going to save your life. And honest to God, I should go back and deal with that guy. I really should, because he's probably going to take all of our checkpoints in the area, but Cao Pi's getting a little bit too close to the enemy, so let's go on ahead and deal with that first. And I should have actually been watching Cao Pi because of the fact that the AI, even if it's a regular soldier, the AI will try to easily kill Cao Pi, and that's the last thing anybody needs. But again, this area is pretty much easy for castle defenses and hard for people trying to break into the castle. Well, specifically in Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires. And if the very, very top of the fortress, which was I'm trying to think of that province, Bing province, or whatever that province was, that kept me from being back attacked, was one of the provinces I started out with. This is probably another one I started out with as well. Due to the fact that even though, yeah, there's going to be defensive battles, it's not going to be hard because the enemies are going to either have a very steep disadvantage depending on where the main camp is, or they're just going to have a high advantage, like depending on if they brought juggernauts or they brought Amazons or sorcerers. All that basically, as far as Empires goes, the main focal point, the main focus is to make sure that all of the attacks, or should I say, make sure the main camp, would be at the foot of the castle where Cao Pi was earlier on, as opposed to in any one of the corridors of the castle where it could be easily taken. Meanwhile, the main camp has its own fair share of problems, as it is probably way out in the way on a ship, or it's gonna be somewhere else in the castle as well. Whatever the case, I just got finished catching a glimpse of Cao Pi walking directly to Sun Quan. So yeah, I'm gonna have to protect Cao Pi. I mean, I'm gonna have to pretend that this is hard and try to take out anyone that tries to take out Cao Pi. Because if I don't, Cao Pi will be overwhelmed, and he is the guy that should not lose in this battle, and that would mean I would lose this battle. One thing is for sure, upon completing New Hefei, you're bound to get some really good stats, and you're bound to accidentally find a brand new item that will give you something strong, or should I say a brand new weapon. Like for instance, finding a weapon that'll end up having 12 attack or 13 defense or anything of that nature will more than likely cushion the blow, especially if it's a level 3 weapon. If it's a level 3 weapon, that would mean you're not going to be able to grind as much as you normally would, because let's face it,
Yet another officer bows before me.
if you're strong enough to take down some of the piddling soldiers, you'll be strong enough to take down the main boss. But if you manage to get beaten up for 5 square minutes and you barely survive, yeah, you definitely need to train.
That's what we've been waiting to see.
But we're almost done, ladies and gentlemen, and look at that, a +8 defense. Look at that. That's the highest you could get.
Yet another officer bows before me.
So,
Not in your life.
all that's left now is to get a little bit closer to Sun Quan's subordinates. And by closer, I mean possibly destroy them. Now then, let's get rid of Suge Luo, and that will take care of him. And let me get myself some more Musou, and then we'll be good. Oh, I think I picked up the weapon that he dropped. Oh, wait, now I picked it up. It's a level 4 defense. So all that's left now is Sun Quan and that one guy that's in the castle that I completely forgot. But it's okay. Because even though he's in the castle, the only thing we have to worry about is beating Sun Quan. The castle has no relevance. And I really wish I had not have used my Musou Rage on Lu Xun. I would have used it right here and now, and I would have saved a lot of trouble and a lot of hassle. Well, you live and you learn. And I think mistakes are made to be remembered and used as knowledge so that you wouldn't try to repeat the moment. Oh, by the way, speaking of moments, it would be in your best interest to try to take down Sun Quan this moment, or else that rally will turn into hyper mode. So yeah, I don't want to have to deal with that shit. On that note, Zhen Ji has defeated New Hefei. And this is also, by the way, her Dynasty Warriors 4 outfit, considering she made her debut in Dynasty Warriors 4. And look at that. 10, 13, and 10. No, 13, 10, 13, sorry. My bad. And look how much experience I got off of that. And I only managed to make it to level 5. But that's okay, that's okay. If it was a lower level, I probably would have been up there by now. Ah, something with defense, okay? Let's get rid of you. Chances are I'm not going to be using it. I probably won't. And I don't care if you're brilliant. I don't need you. Go away. Ooh, 3 books! Now that's nice. But, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are done here in the next episode of Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends. We only got 2 left. Next time, we're going to Baidi Castle, and that is no easy feat. This is RVMan985. See you guys next time.